One west up, then I swerve out. Sick with this shit, I do not need a detox. He don't watch a step, blow him out them Reeboks. We taking over, I'm sending the word.
Niggas looking for the light. Me and my niggas prepared for the dog. Yeah. So we gon' get it on for the last days, nigga. You already know what it is. 140 for the rebel.
They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out. On your stripes, dog, you with us or not. We can get it on when it's on, it don't never stop. First you get that power, gotta hold it down. Watch your step, boy, you on holy ground. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out. It's a problem, tell them pop off. I die for I let my colors fly, boy. For a nigga take me, they'll drop dead. AR, clean them up like a mop head. Say he cool, he bad, he really so tough. They like, damn, look what he did to Billy go rough. Little bitch think she Kiki Palmer, silly hoe. She know I'm that bull, but I ain't from Philly though. From the city where they say about that ribbon like Pet Poops. Know them niggas plotting, gotta deal with me. Can't catch me slipping, got to steal with me. Just left Alabama, bought a chopper from some hillbilly move. He made my feel the blade. Leave them all bruised, come through like a plague. Rebel off the leash like a dog out the cage. Call me Johnny Blaze on One West May. Watch your step get stretched like a limousine. So my brother bring that blade back wet. That's my enemy. Little nigga, this that cult need to talk. Niggas know I got blood in my cup. I just sip it like it's grenadine. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out. On your stripes, dog, you with us or not. We can get it on when it's on, it don't never stop. First you get that power, gotta hold it down. Watch your step, boy, you on holy ground. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war, let's see who make it out. Tell them niggas good night, here come the bitch. Look, told them niggas get right or get left. U.P.K. bad man, I pen to your flesh. Hellboy, rip the soul out of dead man shit. Got the rate, the power, I been a showstopper. Yeah, they might hate, but I know they gon' watch. Zone on lock, and you know the flow prop. Iced out, got the drip out of David Jones lock. Know I got the pain, they say that you the man. No shit, Sherlock, I'm the one you heard about. Burn down the building, let them all watch. Throw that one west up, then I swerve. Sick with this shit, I do not need a detox. He don't watch a step, blow him out them Reeboks. We taking over, I'm sending the word out. Can't see me, little nigga, I put you in a bird box. Look, it's One West practical, gladiator maximum. Creep on them slow, but they Glock 5 rapid. All I want is more power, more straps to blow. Ain't got excuse for no cow, he gon' have to go. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out. On your stripes, dog, you with us or not. We can get it on when it's on, it don't never stop. First you get that power, gotta hold it down. Watch your step, boy, you on holy ground. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out.
You got one with this one, Melody?
Middle finger to the world, screaming we the ones. Just give me the mission, watch I get it done. She say I'm on her mind, she want me on her tongue. She know I'm in a call, she still gon' give me some. Yeah, I can take a loss, but I ain't taking none. They say it's real smoke, well I got plenty guns. I had to shake them off, who them hand ones. Ain't getting nothing up, nigga, watch I get it done. The truth hurt, I know it's hard to deal with. Bitch took all my emotions, I can't feel shit. You see them soldiers, they the ones I'm in the field with. I bought that black with a suppressor and a kill switch. Screaming burn, baby, burn, let's fuck the world up. I had to get it done, cause they ain't real enough. Red letter, fresh nigga, make this shit look easy. Told my mama I'ma die like this, please believe me. The real nigga thick, they hating, no sweat. If he up it, I'ma blow that bitch, please believe me. Fuck the clout, money talk, tell me what you saying. She said I'm ready, daddy, told her put it in my hand. The other niggas hope, that's why we in demand. It ain't no cows, no excuses, they don't understand. Soldiers posted, I'm fully loaded. I said got many wives, she said I don't give a damn. Middle finger to the world, screaming we the ones. give me the mission. Watch I get it done. She say I'm on her mind. She want me on the tongue. She know I'm in a car. She still gon' give me some. Yeah, I can take a loss, but I ain't taking none. They say it's real smoke. Well, I got plenty guns. I had to shake them off. Who them hating ones? Ain't getting nothing up, nigga. Watch I get it done.
You got one with this one, Melody? You got one with this one, Melody?
They say it's up then. And it ain't nothing to discuss then. Pillow talking with revenge, we like best friends. Just left Atlanta, now I'm in Bama on the West End. Blood on 125th, don't you know about that? I can't fall out with my niggas, where they do that at? In position for that power, I can't get that back. I got that on me now, we don't play like that. Look, don't do me no favors, send my paper to the bank. Can't stand a hoe, thirsty bitch, can't get shit to drink. Think that backbiting, this and shit is cool until it ain't. Red devil dog, can he get a crumb? No, it can't. Train killer boy, try to keep it humble, but don't tempt me. Know they do not like me, but they better keep it friendly. Ain't going out like Diddy. Got a whole lot of soldiers, whole lot of guns, nigga. We ain't fitting in no Bentley. Try to talk it out, but I really think we passed that. He ain't got that Zell, he can send that shit on Cash App. Show that nose high in the air, cause her ass fat. Listen, bitch, fuck that pussy, I won't pile. They say it's up then. And it ain't nothing to discuss then. Pillow talking with revenge, we like best friends. Just left Atlanta, now I'm in Bama on the West End. Blood on 125th, don't you know about that? I can't fall out with my niggas, where they do that at? In position for that power, I can't get that back. I got that on me now, we don't play like that. If the nigga cross the line, he must want me to step a son. Running hard, moving it on up like George Jefferson. You got the bag, yes indeed, got the whole recipe. Got the bitch begging please, coaches like the referee. Nigga think I'm tripping about that shit, now they out. Niggas couldn't keep it true around this bitch, and I'm a paw. Hold on, let me get the scoop on this nigga, think he flaw. Had to tell my man the truth about that bitch, cause that's my dog. They say it's up then. And it ain't nothing to discuss then. Pillow talking with revenge, we like best friends. Just left Atlanta, now I'm in Bama on the West End. Blood on 125th, don't you know about that? I can't fall out with my niggas, where they do that at? In position for that power, I can't get that back. I got that on me now, we don't play like that. Nigga says up, bitch, say yeah. I got that on me now, we don't play like that.
Top, man, shit. Make sure you let these niggas know what time it is, man. You know what I'm saying? Get on this motherfucker. Let these niggas know what time it is, you understand? We royalty. What's the name?
King Ty really one of the realest. I survive drive-bys from them killers. Like I got 9 lives, I got 9 wives. I said fine wine with them bitches. I'm spitting fire bombs in your city. I got like 8 or 9 niggas with me. And we all ready to die in a minute. One West, we the best in the business. I get offended, I fuck niggas offended. Talking they get it, but niggas is timid. Rappers is softer than linen. Catch me out parking lot pimping. What more could I give them? I've been the hottest forever. Why would I lie about cheddar? I could do better. I just put loyalty first. Royalty coming whenever. Pull off in the Jetta. Curvature on me, you sweater. My fault like wearing a sweater in summertime weather. Haters so salty, no pepper. You not that seasoned or clever. I'm with the rebel. Used to pump bass with the treble. Baking a cake in a kettle. I used to cook up the work. Now I just cook with the metal. Gotta keep foot to the pedal. Yeah, let me give it gas on the highway. Let the music blast on the calm day. Break the Glock down into 3 parts. Put the 3 together like my Najee. Sipping like Bombay with my enclave. Got my mind made. Ain't no time waste. No. Eating prime steak with a fine date at a fine place. Getting violated.
Hey, listen.
I already told these niggas. You understand? I called up King Ty. He said, what's up? I said, what's good, my lord? Listen, he like, listen. These niggas ain't ready for none of this. You understand? I said, listen, if the nigga ain't one West, he ain't got it on his arm or his chest. I don't give a fuck about the nigga. It's just me and my niggas. We royalty, yeah.
I got the hammer, you running, man. Come through your window like rubber man. Snapping your neck like a rubber band. Talk to my dog like the sun is setting. Yeah. He told me murder you rappers. Because sending you vertical actors. Y'all got me coming with verbal attackers. I might attack you type physical too. So y'all be rhyming.
Shalom, shalom.
Hey, Shalom.
How you doing?
Go on, sir.
Shalom.
Shalom, Lord Christ. It's like, so can you hear me in Durham, sir?
Yeah, perfect.
Come, sir.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Give it up. We just had the Lord 56 annual Passover. You know what I mean? Those of you brothers who was able to make it, you know what I mean? Lord will we go aim next year for you to make sure and, you know what I mean, make it. You understand? But the main thing right now is what time we in right now? What time are we in right now?
Slugger, sir. We're in the Feast of Unleavened Bread, sir.
Yes. So now you have to make sure and do what?
So you have to make sure to eat unleavened bread every, at least a piece every day of the feast, and make sure that you don't eat anything with leavening in it, any leavening agents, yeast, what have you. You can't consume anything with leavening in it. Sluggy.
That's right. You understand? You know what I mean? And just some tips, especially if you know what I mean, you are wrong working. Remember, you put your body through a routine.
Come.
You understand? So that routine, you know what I mean, you're gonna have to break that routine for a week. So to help you with breaking that routine for a week, you may have to stick a sticky note on your fridge.
Right.
You understand? In your car, some way so you remember, I can't eat anything with leavening in it.
Right.
Because the first thing, you know what I mean, black people, we like what? Flour. You know what I mean? We like bread, we like cake, you know what I mean? We like, you know what I mean? We like stuff with yeast in it. You know what I mean? So you're gonna have to break that for a week. You know what I'm saying? Especially for what the Lord done did to show us that what he on our side. You know, it is to walk through water, not water, but land where water was. And then the people who chasing you ain't get a chance to do that. Right now there's a remnants of them in the bottom of the Red Sea. That is crazy. You understand? So all we have to do right now, all the Lord asking us to do this week, no leavening. Let's remember that.
Okay.
We're brothers and sisters celebrating right now in the world, Trinidad. Come on. They're celebrating what? Easter. They're celebrating Easter. Yes, Aya. The Passover was glorious. Ain't no doubt. You know what I mean? Ain't no doubt. Now we had to get back to what? Work. Now we had to get back to it. Now we had to go get what? Start pulling what? More brothers and sisters out the world to do what? To come to the 57 Passover, Lord willing, next year if Christ don't come back. You understand? That's the mentality we had to be in. We had to go there and save. You know what I mean? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Give me that one where Paul said it. Paul said what? He wished that what? All Israel could be what? Saved. Okay, everyone, find that for me. All right? He wished that all Israel could be saved. The top one, if you're there, let's get into the story of Moses. All right? When he went, the first time he went to Pharaoh and asked him.
Okay.
Let's remember it. Let's straight up go back there. You know what I mean? So black people could wake up, and also too we'll get into Easter. We'll touch on Easter. A little bit about Easter. All right. So that black people listening, they would know that I say Romans 11:26. Somebody get a pull that for me. Trey Daddy, you all have your mic with you?
have it, sir.
You have it? Okay, on one.
Romans 9:3 for I could wish that myself, Slakia, were accursed from Christ for my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh.
Mm-hmm. Right. So
Is that the one,
saying
sir?
what? No, not that one. No, I want where he said, I wish that all Israel could be saved.
Oh, Ganawan country.
Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And that wish is not him just doing what? Him just relaxing. That wish is him actually doing what? Going out there and teaching brothers and sisters the truth according to the Bible. You understand? Those of you who checking in, you know what I mean? You have any questions, just type it in. And then I'm gonna try to get them tonight. All right? Type them in. However, we're gonna focus on this whole on the Passover, on the coming up to the Passover. All right. Tabo, let me know when you get it, right?
It's like, so you talking about the story with Moses?
Yeah.
Okay, I already got it. So I thought you still wanted the other scripture you wanted.
We can start it on when KR run it. We can pause.
Okay. I got Exodus chapter 9. It's the book of Exodus chapter.
Man, y'all say I get it all there. Hold on. Akashka. Yeah, don't read it.
Which scripture, sir?
Tell him where you at chapter 1.
Exodus chapter 9, verse 1.
Exodus chapter 9.
Exodus chapter 9 and starting at verse 1.
Come
on, sir. This is the book of Exodus chapter 9, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Then the Lord said unto Moses, Go unto Pharaoh and tell him, Thus said the Lord God of the Hebrews, Let my people go.
Let my what?
Let my people go.
You understand?
That they may serve me.
Right. So, okay. What is Moses telling Pharaoh? Break it down to me. Hold on. But I want K1, check Romans 11:26 to me. Come on.
That what, Slakia, sir. That one I say, for all Israel shall be saved. I think it's this one you want to do, sir. Slakia. Romans 10:1. Brethren, my heart desire and prayer to God for Israel is that they might be saved.
Right. And read 11:26 to me now. Right. And you see the mindset of Paul. Paul's mindset is to what? It's to try and what? Bring what? Israelites into what? Into the truth. He wasn't content with just himself and the couple brothers he had. He was always trying to do what? Bring brothers in. That's his job. That's his work. You understand? That's why when we go make that bread, we call that what? A slavery. But the real job is saving your brothers and sisters. You understand? Getting them to understand that they're the Israelites. And now learning that you're an Israelite. Now there are things you have to do and things you should not do being an Israelite.
It's like, sir.
Come on.
I was gonna say I think we need to jump back. I was wrong. It's Exodus 5 when it first starts.
When it first starts, okay.
It's Exodus 5:1. It's like here.
The intercept, we could be jumping, you know what I mean, around that whole book of Exodus is, you know what I mean, basically, you know what I mean, us in Egypt.
But the first time they went to Pharaoh was in chapter 5, Slacky.
Okay.
I have it, sir.
Okay, good. Hold on. Okay, I don't finish it there for me.
Sir. This is Romans 11:26, and it says, And so all Israel shall be saved, as it is written, There shall come out of Zion the deliverer, and shall turn away ungodliness from Jacob.
All right. I'm gonna find it though, but those I'll take those. All right. And that's the work here. That's the work you're in. That's the work you're in, Ak. You know what I mean? And your brothers and sisters, you know what I mean, around the world who wasn't able to make it to the Passover. I know you're always with us in the spirit. You understand? And you know what I mean, one day we'll be able to, you know what I mean, all be in the same room. You know what I mean? The oppressor make it in a way where, you know what I mean, he's trying to keep us separate. You understand? But that could only happen but for so long. Right? So come on.
Come on. This is the book of Exodus chapter 5 and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
And afterward Moses and Aaron went in and told Pharaoh, thus said the Lord God of Israel, let my people go, that they may hold a feast unto me in the wilderness.
Mm-hmm. So he was just asking Pharaoh for what?
To let them go to have a feast in the wilderness.
Yeah, just to let him go. He wasn't like saying what? He wasn't telling Pharaoh, yo, that's it. You understand?
Come on.
And it's just like heathens. What do heathens always think about when it comes to us? When it comes to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, how do they look at us? How do these heathens look at us? In Trinidad, how do we sit here and look at black people? Yeah, come on.
Yes, so I can say here now.
Yeah, here now.
Okay, so I guess look at us as silver.
Say it all the time?
Look at us as silver.
Yes.
Yes.
And servant meaning what? What's the end goal of being a servant? What's the end goal of you being a servant? You be poor, they're going to be what? Rich. It has to deal with what? Money. And a heathen always is thinking about, how am I going to get these niggas to give me all their money? You understand? That's why on any island you can check it. Any island. Check who is working the land. You understand? Check who working, hustling and working that land. Growing crops. You see? It'll answer your question.
Okay.
You understand? There's very few times you're going to find us actually working that land. Right? And people be thinking, you know what I mean, black people lazy. When we're not. We are not given the opportunities these other nations are given. It's not rendered to us. Right? And the Lord was saying here, Moses, right? Let my people go. Let them go. And the Lord used Moses because Moses had an exceptional love for his brothers, even though he was in a position that what? What position Moses was in?
So like I said, if I may, he was in a position in Pharaoh's house where he would have been better off to forget his brother because he was in a lap of luxury.
That's it. And so many of us out here today, so many of your NBA players, you understand? Your football players, your soccer players, so many of them, you know what I mean, in this, you know what I mean, in all this wealth, but decide to do what? Turn their back on the people. You understand? You turn your back on your people when you're going to have to look and see what Moses did. You're going to have to look and see what who? Christ did. And do that. Which means do what? Sacrifice your life so that your people could what? Could live. Right? Read on.
Come on. This is the book of Exodus chapter 5 and verse 2. And Pharaoh said, who is the Lord, that I should obey his voice to let Israel go?
And just like a heathen, it's like, who is the Lord? This is so disrespect. How you know the oppressor don't respect the Lord? No way, no how. How you know you don't respect the Lord?
It's like it's because they wouldn't do the commandments of the Lord.
I'll take that too. I'll take that. But give me more. Right? Give me a little more. Elaborate on that for me.
Can't, sir. Well, they're using, right now they're using an imposter. So they can't respect the Lord if they using an imposter to say that's the Lord.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Trinidad, I'm mute you, or I think a feedback coming in. All right. So if you all have anything, just take yourselves off mute. All right. Yes. Like if they respect the Lord, the Bible clearly tells you what color Christ is. Clearly tells you what color who the Israelites are. Clearly tells you that. And he goes against it. And another thing, what? You get an American dollar, you get any American currency. What does it have?
You got the pyramid, all C and I.
Yeah, but what is written in word?
Oh, in God we trust.
In God we trust.
Cancer.
You understand? In God we trust. Right? But they don't respect the Lord. They take the Lord for a joke. You understand? And think the Lord, you could just do what you want to God chosen people. You know what I mean? When we say what? Our Father, who we think we're talking to? The Most High Power. He's our Father. And a father don't play with his kids. Now he will chastise his kids. Why does a father chastise his kid?
Like I said, to make them better.
Right. Give me that. Give me that thing in that father that makes him chastise his kid. What is that?
Yes, sir. Love. Love, sir.
Love.
Love.
Yes. Love. You understand? It's just like you going out about in the city and somebody know your father and how your father rocks with his people. They're going to think twice before they even try to harm you. Why? Because they know that love that father have for you, whatever is going to come from them harming you, it ain't worth it. It's not worth it. So you know what? We ain't messing with them. We ain't messing with I.S.U.P.K. We ain't messing with Trinidad, Jamaica. We're not messing with these places. You understand? Not. All right. In Trinidad, who in the room? I can't see too good. Salakia.
Yeah, Salakia still Makwaya and Opsasha.
Makwaya and who?
Makwaya and Opsasha.
And Shah. Messiah in Christ. You understand? They'll think twice. And that's how the Lord is. So read on I.S.U.P.K.
Come on. The book of Exodus, chapter 5, and the second part of verse 2. Mm-hmm. I know not the Lord, neither will I let Israel go.
Mm-hmm. Right? He's saying, I know not the Lord. Just like your oppressor. You don't know the Lord. So guess what? He's not going to stop oppressing us. He's going to turn it up more. And you recognize that the more and more you start to wake up, is the more and more he's going to start to turn the screws on you. Because why? You are taking a brick away from his foundation, and where you putting that brick?
So like is putting it on our foundation.
Yeah. No, you building your foundation. You understand? You want to know why the Chinese and the East Indians, why their society upcoming and striving? Why? For their people.
So like yes, sir, because them are build up for them society, them are work towards, you know what I mean, building for them thing. And we they are build up the oppressors. Slack.
No. What you're saying is you know what I mean, correct. But there's a okay. There's something that, how to put it, beside the love, there's something else. There's something else there. There's something else.
Yeah, in the back of it.
Come on.
Yes, like I said, the governing their own people, more or less, everybody was in their population is like in their governing there, when they watch Chinese open, but when you watch be on that all the oppressor, you're not governing yourself.
Okay, so now with that being said, what is the difference between us and them? What's the difference?
Yeah, no economy power, no military rights. More or less nothing. We don't have to go to them for everything.
Like yes, sir. Is it that them united?
Okay. No. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna give it. Shah. You know what I mean? What you're saying is correct also too, but it's more along the part of they are not oppressed. We are oppressed. That's why if you leave black people alone, we will be able to fix the issues among our own people. You understand? We'll be able to fix the issues among each other. You understand? Because there is going to be more what? People who striving to be righteous than people who striving to just be like the devil. You understand? And it's going to be a clash. And we'll see who the Lord with. But when you have, as I was saying, when you have people over you who is oppressing you, you can't strive. Then your whole motive is not for your people. Your motive is to make your slave master rich. You understand? That's your purpose. Right? So now continue Akashka.
Sir. There's the book of Exodus chapter 5 and verse 3. And they said, the God of the Hebrews has met with us. Let us go. We pray thee 3 days journey into the desert and sacrifice unto the Lord our God, lest he fall upon us with pestilence or with the sword.
Right? So he is doing what? He's asking what?
He's asking Pharaoh to let them obey the Lord, or lest the Lord can punish them.
Yes. Right? And you see how, you know what I mean, how it is. Like the Lord has given these heathens what? All the chance in the world. Giving them all the chance in the world. So that when it do turn around, they won't be treated what? The way they treat us, which is what? which is all the way what? Bad.
All the way wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You understand? Now, what did Pharaoh said? Pharaoh said no. And we all know the story. He said what? No, I'm not going to do it. And what did he proceed to do? He told the taskmasters to what?
Make their job harder because they must have so much free time.
Yes. You want to know why you don't have time to sit down and read the Bible to your kids? Because you got to get up and go to work in the morning. And if you don't get up and go to work in the morning, what's going to happen? Ain't got no light bill. Ain't got no food in the house. Kids go be starving. You understand? It's a reason why life is hard for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. It is by design. It's so that you don't have time to sit down and actually learn how to serve the Lord. You understand? That's why you see the chairs. Them chairs supposed to be full of people.
So like I said, if I may, even if it's not hard for the Blacks and the Natives and the Hispanics, then there's also other distractions we have to deal with. You know, like the sports and all the other Christian things. All those are distractions.
Give me one word for that. One word to describe what you're talking about.
One word?
One word.
What, Christianity?
Yeah, well, I'll take that, but there's another word. And I said it. Oppression. It's oppression. Right? That's why I'm saying if you leave Black people alone, meaning if Black people were to actually be freed from this oppressor, from these oppressors, if Trinidad was to be freed from those East Indian, if Jamaica was to be freed from them Chinese, them East Indians, you understand? And if America would have freed the Judites, brother, sports would have been like, you know what I mean? You wouldn't really care about the sport. We would have cared more about brotherhood. You understand? We would have cared more about people, about each other, right? Tabon, you there?
Come on, sir.
There's a question on in the chat there.
Con. When
you get just read it from me, right?
This is a question from Sister Matana. She says, to lock you, sir, if I may. This is off topic. Is the concept of godparents only a thing in the world, or do we do this in the UPK as well?
Say that one more time.
She says, to lock you, sir, if I may. This is off topic. Is the concept of godparents only a thing in the world, or do we do this in the UPK as well?
Okay, the godparent it comes from I believe them Roman Catholics. So it's of people in the world. We don't do godparent. You understand? There's no way in the Bible it speaks about, you know what I mean, someone being your godparent. As a nation, we stand for each other.
Okay.
So that's why in there there's a law where it says if your brother die and he has no children, then what? His wife will what? Marry one of his brothers, and he will raise kids instead of his brother. You understand? There's always something put in there to help us. You know what I mean? People like widows or orphans. You understand? And it wasn't godparents. It was a nation. You know what I mean? All right. So in UPK, we do not practice anything pertaining to godparents. You understand? Well, Lord forbid, you know what I mean, you passed away in here while doing this work. You know what I mean? This nation, Commander General YAHANNA is gonna take care of your family.
Okay.
All right. You know what I mean? Wow, and while you're alive too. I mean, you know you'll have any issues going on at home. You pick your phone up and call your camp leader.
Okay.
You understand? Don't wait for it to get out of control. You know what I mean? You see it coming your way, you pick your phone up, and make that call. And take care of that issue. You understand? And most of these board parents out here, they ain't worth jack squat. You understand? They only had the name. You know what I mean? Not the reputation. Right? And that queen, what is that queen's flip? Read that for me, tab one.
This is Queen's Flip and some gibberish. You want to read some of that, sir?
Yeah. Because it's on topic, basically. Come on.
Come on. Queen's Flip, Salaka can't read that. Say, preaching hate. You are not Middle Eastern or was ever close to it. Your ideology is centered around hate towards other races.
Right, and that's the problem with people. You know when they come late to class, what happens when they come late to class?
So like I said, you won't really know what's going on.
Yeah. What happens when your head full of other ideology? What happens? What did Christ call that in the New Testament? What did Christ call that in the Old Testament? When your head filled with old ideology.
It's like, yes, sir. 011.
I'll take that. Come on. That's it. All right, give me Matthew 9 and 17. That's it. You understand? Like for you to understand, to really start understanding this Bible, you are going to have to do what? What you actually doing here sitting now in class? You know what I mean? You don't have it like these new kids that coming into the I.S.U.P.K. These new kids coming into the I.S.U.P.K, they don't have to what? Unlearn anything. They're a new bottle, and all you're doing is you filling them with what? With the truth. You filling them with the truth. You understand? And Queen, whatever, Fip. You saying preaching hate. What you're reading, what we're reading here in Exodus is showing you that the Lord chose a people. So are you saying that God hates people? And is it wrong for God to hate people? That's my question. Right? Because God killed somebody in Exodus. He wiped out a whole military. God wiped out an entire military. Today, who the Egyptian is, you don't know why, because God destroyed the Egyptians. You understand? Destroyed them. Israel didn't have to lift one finger to come out to Egypt. All Moses did was what? Raise a stick, part the sea, and got us across on dry land. And the Lord did what? Took care of the rest. And before that, he sent what? Why did the Lord send the plagues to Egypt? Let me see if you are with me today. Huh? Yeah, but Trey, somehow you're low and you're hearing a buzz.
Yes, lucky, so I can't hear them at all.
We hear you, but you might have to talk. You might have to keep the mic away from him and talk hard, talk loud.
Yes, like I said, speaking loud, but I can hear my reset the audio.
Say that one more time.
I feel like I reset the audio. We talking loud, but something I'm getting coming.
Okay, go ahead and reset it. I'm gonna pull you all back in. All right. Who have it for me? Kiara, read that for me. Matthew 9 and 17.
God one can. God one can. This is the book of Matthew chapter 9 and verse 17. Neither put new wine into old bottle.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You can't come
I hear
in
me,
class. Yeah, I hear you perfect. You can't come in class, right? I don't care what class you go to. You could go to any class. I'm talking about in the world. You go to school. If somebody teach you 2 + 1 is 4, how in the hell you're going math class and hold that philosophy, hold the ideology? You go to school and some teacher teach you X + Y equal to 2XY. How in the hell are you going to understand when the math teacher actually teaching you the right thing? How are you going to understand it? You're going to have to get rid of that mentality. Oh, guess what? You don't want to get rid of it? Then go do some research. Go open the Bible. Like you listen to us and all you could hear is religion. We're not about religion. This Bible has nothing to do with religion. This Bible has to do with a people that God created, that God gave a culture to, you understand? Created this world for, and their journey through what? Captivity, oppression, and he is giving you the reason why you end up in this position. And he also gave you the solution to get out the position you're in. That's why today we can relate to the Bible. Why? Because there's no new thing under the sun. You understand? We can relate. Everything in the Bible we can relate to today. Even though it was written, what? 2,000 years ago. 3,000 years ago. We could relate to it. You can't be someone, a black or Hispanic or Native Indian, and you're sitting down in this class, and you're still thinking, oh, you're preaching hate. Go tell that to the Chinese and see what they do. They're going to laugh at you. Go tell that to the oppressor. He is going to laugh at you. Like you have your kids, and you're going to give what? Love to somebody else's kid? You are a stupid parent. You're dumb. The Lord loved blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians.
That's right.
He loved them. Now pull hate out of that. Pull hate out of that. Unless you want to love the other nation. Now, if you want to love the white man, ain't nobody stopping you from loving him. But when Christ come back and he rewarding those who stand with him, take the reward for your lover. You jump and take the bullet for your lover. You jump, you raise your hand and say, Christ, you know what? I'm gonna take the punishment for these heathens. You do it. I'm not doing it. You could do it. I'm not. You understand? I love blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian, just like the Mosai, just like Christ, just like the man I serve, Commander General YAHANNA, love them. Just like the generals I serve. You understand? Captains, the officers, the sisters. All right, come on.
Gun one gun.
But bring trade back.
And one can. Else the battle break and the wine runneth out.
And the what?
And the wine runneth out.
Right now, that means what? You're trying to force what we've been taught in class today into your old philosophy. Guess what's going to happen? The Bible is saying it's going to break, and that's what? And that's metaphor for what? You won't leave. You won't understand what's taking place. You understand? You will not understand what's taking place. You're lost. You're lost in the source. Why? Because you allowed a man to read the Bible to you. You ain't going to sit down and read the Bible for yourself.
God.
You ain't going to sit down and read it for yourself. And we the only brothers that be telling you, teachers that be telling you, don't take what we say. Open your Bible and read it. And then ask yourself, why is hate in the Bible? Why is love in the Bible? It's a reason why it's there. But you're going to have to get rid of that thing inside you, which is called America, which is called Christianity, which is called Islam. You're going to get whatever is inside you, you're going to have to get it all the way out.
Right.
You're going to have to get it all the way out. Or else, what I'm telling you here, going in one ears and coming out the next ears. And guess what? I don't really care. You know what I mean? I might give you a couple quarters to go use the pay phone to call somebody who gives a damn. You understand? I give a damn for brothers and sisters who willing to. You see them brothers who stand up for Hebrew Academy? Give them brothers a hand. Go ahead, Natasha. Congratulations, warrior. Them is who I give a damn about. They won't need a quarter from me. You understand? Because I'll be right there listening and helping them and guiding them just like I got guided. All right. Where we at?
So okay, 2 more lines, sir.
Go ahead.
And the battle perish. But they put new wine into new bottles, and both are preserved.
You understand? That's you having to what? That old man and you have to die.
Right.
Have to die. Like, I wish black people will give the white man the same treatment they give us when they come and sit down in class. You understand? Give him the same treatment. The white man come and tell you the Jew, you gonna sit down and do what? You know what? He right. A black man come and sit down and tell you you're the Jew. Nah, you preaching religion. You preaching hate. You preaching this. Like, you not even judging me based on my work. You saying I hate people. Tell me who the I.S.U.P.K harm. Instead of you typing here and saying, you know what? Yeah, I see those Israelis bombing those children across there. They're really the ones that hate people. I see what America is doing to those Mexicans on the border. They really hate Mexicans. You come and tell me I hate people. What am I doing to people? What is the I.S.U.P.K doing to people to show that we hate? You are just regurgitating what you hear and what feels good to make your conscience feel good for whatever disgusting lifestyle you're living in. So you could go ahead and smoke. You could go ahead and be a whore. Guess what? Some sisters don't want to smoke. Some sisters don't want to be a whore. Some sisters want to be virgins and young women again. You understand? In other words, some sisters want to change their lifestyle. Some brothers want to actually change their lifestyle. You can't come in here and tell me that we doing this, that, the other. Then you will have to come here and show me proof that we hating people. As far as I see it, Commander General YAHANNA feeding black people. whoever come up to that table, white men come up to that table, white women come up to that table and get food when we do our food drive.
Right.
Heathens come up and get food. So you're gonna have to show me. Don't just talk. Don't do what the oppressor do. Just come out and say you hate people while they kill and oppress other people. Why they the ones actually hating and committing crimes and genocide? They telling you that you hate. Don't be fooled. All right. Any more on that? KR1?
Nah, sir. That was it, sir.
That was it.
Slug, sir. Yeah, well, slug, sir. No, slug. I was gonna say, if I could, real quick, is what you bringing out is real heavy. With that, it's like it's just further proof that blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians are still slaves. You know what I'm saying? Because a slave is held to a completely different standard. To where when if a slave wants to be free, that's considered a crime. You know what I'm saying? Literally in America, if a slave ran away, which any sane man would not want to be in bondage, but that was treated like something was wrong with you. They would write books and say, oh yeah, they keep trying to run away. There must be a mental problem, because they really believe, that we should be better off, or that we should love being enslaved under them. You know what I'm saying? But they don't have that same standard, for other races of people or other groups of people. You know what I mean? The oppressor, he has to actually murder people to be a hate group, or to be, to even be considered maybe he's a hate group. All we got to do is have a Bible and stand on a piece of wood, and now we're just like the KKK. They call us the Black KKK, and we ain't never done a third of the things, even none of it they've ever done. We're just as bad as them to them. Salaki.
Yeah, you're right. Right? Okay, any more on that?
Nah, sir. That was it, sir.
That was it. So back to my question. Right? Why did the Lord send his plagues to Egypt?
Salaki, sir. Would it be actually to harden Pharaoh's heart? Because I know he said
the scripture does say he hardened Pharaoh's heart. Right?
Say.
But what? Okay.
Salaki, say, if I may.
Come on.
Is it to show his power?
And now you get into it. Now you got to give him a little more. You're on it. I mean, you're hitting the nail on the head. But what the nail all the way in the coffin. All the way in.
So like I say, if I may, is that so that when that power is revealed, all the nations will know who's the Lord, or who's that power, who's that God.
I'll take that. Give him a hand. I'll take that. You're on point with that. All right, that is it. And now, okay, do you all remember for the COVID-19, right? Tab, I wonder if you could pull it up for me, right? You all remember the East Indians and them, right? How many gods those East Indians have?
So like I said, I'm not sure they are among, but I know there are plenty.
They have over 365 gods. They put like that. They have a god for every day, a god for everything. You understand? These people have a temple for rats. For rats. Them rats running through the temple like gods, like they're gods. And they claim that those rats are the people from the past. You understand? So guess what they do? They feed the rat. They eat food from where the rats eat food. I'm not making this up. You all could go look this up when you're on your time. You understand? Like they do these things. Right? But for the COVID-19, they did something to their gods because their people were dying. from COVID-19. You recall what they were doing to their gods?
Yeah, got on cancer.
What were they doing to their gods?
He was getting rid of them, throwing them off the bridge and all them different things, smashing them and stuff like that.
Yes. They were throwing them in the river. They were destroying their gods because their God was not able to save their people. You understand? God wants that recognition, right? And what was the ultimate proof that the Lord wants his recognition? Anybody?
So look, you have to have the same scripture, sir. The same scripture. Like the same the Most High plague in Egypt.
No. You remember the question I asked? What's the question I asked?
Why did the Lord bring the plagues on Egypt?
Mm-hmm. No, not why did it. I asked the question of how do we know that the Lord wants?
Oh,
you understand? Wants to be recognized for his power, what he did for us.
So like yourself.
Come on.
I think one of the ways is because he did it. I guess he did it without anybody else intervening. He did it so you know it was him. So it wasn't like there was no other way you could figure out who provided, who did all the plagues. It was only because Moses only had a staff.
But how? What let us know the Lord wanted his recognition, and that it's almost like if you try to take it, he's going to come down hard on you.
Sir. Go ahead.
Come on.
I ain't sure if this might be it, but I remember in Trinidad here, the East Indians were saying that they'll find the COVID-19 was hitting more in their areas.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I don't know if it was like a thing across the board whereby the heathens were more getting touched up more than Israel, if I correct.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that I cannot say. I can't say for sure. All right, because of the condition, you know what I mean, we in. You know what I mean? But it could have, it may have happened. It could have happened. You understand? But okay, give me numbers.
But like I said, if I may.
Come on.
Would it be the fact that from jump, God told Moses for the children to come out in the wilderness and worship him?
Mm-hmm.
Would that be how we know that God wants worship? That worship is the thing.
Give me Numbers 20 and 10. Numbers 20 and 10.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 20 and verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
And Aaron and Moses and Aaron gathered the congregation together before the rock. And he said unto them, Hear now, ye rebels.
You what? You hard-headed Negroes. You understand? You rebels, like Queen Flip, or whatever you call her, or him. I don't know if it's a him or a shimmer, wherever. Right? The Lord is saying, "What? Hear what?" I mean, Moses is saying,
he said unto them, Hear now, ye rebels.
Mm-hmm.
Must we fetch you water out of this rock?
What is he saying? Who's the we?
So like yes, sir. The we is Moses and Aaron. So in basically I take credit, you know what I mean, for the Most High, giving the children of Israel water out of the rock, and the Most High causing to not enter the promised land because of that, sir. So
now you get into it, right? The Lord wants his credit. And when you try to take his credit, it's you are making him, you are trying to make yourself God. And he's going to show you that you are nowhere close to being a God. You are flesh, and what is the percentage of water your body made up of? Forget what percentage, but it's a high percentage. Flesh and bones.
Yeah, different parts of your body different, but I think it's like 60%, but it's pretty high.
Yeah, so somebody look it up. So you ain't God. Somebody make you. You understand? Now read on.
Oh, let's see like here. I was checking the water percentage. And come on. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 20, in verse 11. And Moses lifted up his hand, and with his rod he smote the rock twice, and the water came out abundantly, and the congregation drank, and the beasts also.
Right, read on.
Come on. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron, because ye believe me not, to sanctify me in the eyes of the children of Israel, therefore ye shall not bring this congregation into the land which I have given them.
Yeah, you don't want to take credit. You know what I mean? You don't want to take credit for something the Lord, he did. You understand? And the oppressor, he wants credit. He wants to be a God. You understand? That's why he created what for you? He created Easter for you. Where did Easter come from?
Like yes, sir.
Come on. Trinidad?
Yeah, so like I said, I think that is a Babylonian custom or pagan custom. Yeah.
Yeah. Jamaica?
Yeah, Ghanaian, sir. It's the worship of Ishtar. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, you're getting specific with it now. Yes. Yeah. I don't understand. Right? Yes, and as Shabbat, let's say that's why in the U.P.K. we say Most High in Christ. You understand? We give everything to who? To the Lord and Christ. All right? We say in the name, even in our prayers, we say in the name of Yahweh Shai. You understand? All right? Now, that God is called what in the Bible? I believe is Astaroth. Who have the what is on the van? Right? Right? Look up Passover too. Well, or Easter thing in is on the van. Right? Like your oppressor, he created these holidays. Why? Because he wants you to do what? He wants to be a God. You understand?
Okay.
Right? And then let me see what time it is. Okay, we have some time. Right? We get to, you know what I mean, why it is the plagues. we will start jumping to the plagues that the Lord did. All right. And we'll further explain why these plagues were taking place. All right. All right. Who have it for me? What I asked for?
Salakia, sir.
Uh-huh.
Easter in the Zondervan Bible Dictionary.
Yeah, you have it?
Can.
Go ahead.
Easter, Passover, rendered Easter.
Hold on. Easter, what?
Easter, Passover,
Easter
rendered
is Passover. And now finish it. Rendered when?
Rendered Easter in Acts chapter 12 and verse 4. But correctly translated Passover.
Correctly what?
Translated Passover.
Why you think they never take out Easter from the Bible? You think it was just a mistake? No. I believe there's 5 words in that Bible that's mistranslated. Easter is one. Religion is the other one. What's the others, boy? Come on.
God, power. The God will be the power or Alahayam. Reincarnation, resurrection. Well, resurrection, Salakia, reincarnation. And we have one more.
Right, and again, that ghost. Ghost is another one. Right? When they say the Holy Ghost. Right? The right translation is the Holy what? Spirit. There's no such thing as ghost. All right? You kids growing up, there's no such thing as ghost. All right? Does anything happen to you? Somebody did it to you. You get caught, ain't no ghost. You understand? All right, come on. Where we at now? If I want to ask for?
I said in the numbers if you want me to read that, sir.
No. I think we good with the numbers. Let's go back to Exodus.
All
right? No, we read Easter. We talk about Easter. Somebody give me Asherah. And it's on the van. Okay. Because this is the actual worship when they celebrate Easter. Why? Because what do they associate Easter with?
So like you said, the resurrection of Christ.
No, give Shemadaba. Just see Shemadaba there. Shemadaba could answer this question.
Answer.
What do they associate Easter with today? Because I know he in school. So right, you know what I mean? That whole Easter week he's gonna be seeing something. What do they associate in school?
Easter eggs and bunnies.
Slucky, say that again.
What do they associate Easter with in school?
Slucky, say that one more time.
What do they associate Easter with in school? In school today.
Slucky, are you saying what do they associate with Easter?
Yes.
Slucky, it's either the resurrection of Jesus or the death. Can't remember.
No, okay. You giving me the answer, right? Basically, I want to know there's something in there in school when you see it, right? You acknowledge that this is Easter they're trying to push.
So like I said, if I may.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the Easter egg bunny.
Yes, the bunnies and the bunny rabbits. You start seeing a ton of bunny rabbits. You don't see that in school. Shamadaba? You see no bunnies and no eggs.
Khan, I've seen it before.
Yeah, and that's what they associate Easter with. And we know that bunnies and egg has to deal with what? What does it have to deal with? Starts with an F.
Fertility?
That's it. Fertility. Right? Which lets you know this has nothing to do with the Passover. Because what is the Passover about?
Passover is about God's freeing the children of Israel out of Egypt from our enemies, sir.
Yes. And unaliving the Egyptians.
God.
You understand? That's Passover. Passover has nothing to do with fertility. Nothing. Right? Who has Ashtaroth?
Can, sir.
Go ahead.
Can. Ashtoreth, a goddess of the Canaanite, worshipped all along the sea coast from Ras Shamra, Ugarit, southward to Phoenicia and Philistia. The plural Ashtaroth is found commonly and referred to the idol representing her. Her male consort was apparently Baal. And the two were worshipped with lewd rites.
With what?
Lewd rites.
What does lewd rites mean? Tab 1, see if we can find a picture of Ashtaroth.
Come, a picture of Ashtaroth. I'll look it up right now, sir. Also, Slocky, just show Officer Iraq is just showing the sister Sapayar came through. You know what I'm saying, with some unleavened bread. You know what I'm saying, so.
Man, come on, man. Iraq, you all better mail some of that stuff for me, man. Put that in FedEx. Yeah, I mean, DHS, do something. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So what assist?
I'm looking at the picture of Ashtaroth right now.
Salakia, sir. May I have the meaning of the word lewd?
Lewd. Go ahead.
Crude and offensive in a sexual way.
Which has to deal with what? Fertility. That's why carnival is around this time too. Right? Because carnival has to do with what? A ton of what? Lewd acts. Right. You understand? People doing all type of lewd acts on the streets. You understand? Right? And you just people in the world just look at it as us just having what? This fun.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so many a times this fun ends up with what? You seeing your woman as a what? As a whore. Now it destroys your relationship. How you can see a woman acting the way like that for 1 day, 2 days, or for a season, and then think, well, you know what? I'm a princess for the other 355 days of the year. No. Then I want to enter your mind. And before you know it, you got jacket. You got your grind. And you like, you're angry, you're upset. No, that lifestyle. Easter is about that, fertility, bunnies and eggs.
Right.
I mean, how many times you ask the question, do bunnies lay eggs? And the answer is, of course, what? No.
No.
So what does that has to do with eggs and bunny? And that's the oppressor for you. Now you have to go and do what? Research to really bring it out. to show you this is a disgusting holiday that our people are celebrating.
Salaki, sir.
Against it. Come on.
Salaki, sir. I don't see. Is it Asherah, the Canaanite goddess of love?
Yeah, it's spelled in different ways, right? But the real picture is a picture of a statue with about six woman gland coming down the chest. You understand? A statue of that.
So with what coming down, sir?
Woman glands. I'm trying to be YouTube friendly.
Yeah.
Doing this, 6 of them, 3 on either side.
Con.
Mammary glands. All right. Which is to show you what this is this has to do with what? Fertility. And now coming up in time, what starts happening to the name? It started to take on what? Different names. Right?
That one
here. You found the picture, K one?
I put one on the screen, so can you see it?
No. It ain't up as there.
So don't put it up yet?
No, it wasn't up as yet. Yes, now, yes, I'll take that. All right. Right. And you'll see that Astaroth, the names start changing as we go all along. And now today, who is called Astaroth?
Yes, sir. The Virgin Mary.
That's it. Today. That's why she's so worshipped around what? Easter time. Go ask a Roman Catholic why Mary is so famous for Easter. They're going to tell you because she's the mother of God. No, you dumb. No. It's because today she is Astaroth. Today she is who? Diana. Today she is all those what? Feminine goddess, all in what? In one.
Right.
Right? So now you go do all these lewd acts, and then on what? Ash Wednesday, you put ash on your head, and all of a sudden, the acts just get washed away. For one more year. Yeah, that sounds stupid to me. But who's me? I'm just a black man reading the Bible, trying to wake you up. To tell you, stop celebrating what? These holidays that your people give you. You understand? Easter, Shah just read for you. The correct translation is Passover. Now, what are you celebrating? Who asks a pastor what he's celebrating? All right. So now let's go to go back to the book of Exodus, right? And let's get the first plague. You remember what the first plague was? How many plagues there was?
10, sir.
10 plagues. And those 10 plagues represents what? Let's go to the first plague. What's the first plague? Go to Exodus 7 and 17.
Come on, sir. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 7 and verse 17.
Mm-hmm.
Thus said the Lord, in this thou shalt know that I am the Lord. Behold, I will smite with the rod that is in mine hand upon the waters, which are in the rivers, and they shall be turned to blood.
So the first plague was turning what? The Nile into what?
Into blood.
Into blood. Why? Why? Why the Lord did that?
So like I said, if I may, to show his power.
Yes, that's the correct answer. I'll take that, but it's a reason why.
Because Pharaoh didn't let the people go. Slakia.
Slakia, sir.
Come on.
Slakia, sir. It's showing you that the water is something important you need for life, and it's showing you that he controlling the water.
Okay. You want it, Sha. All right. Tab one in there.
Come on.
Check the private conversation, right? I'll send you something.
Come on. I got it.
Right? I'm put it up on the screen.
Come on.
You'll piece this together, and you're gonna start seeing why these plagues came to be. All right? When you put it up, just read it.
Come on, sir.
I'm at it.
Come. Happy was the ancient Egyptian god of the Nile River.
Hold on. He was the what?
Ancient Egyptian god of the Nile River.
So what is the Lord doing to the Egyptian god?
So like, sir.
Uh-huh.
He's showing that they don't have they're not real. They don't have no power. He's the one. Every god you claiming is the god of this or god of that. It's me that controls it, not them.
So he is destroying it.
Come.
Remember, Moses had a rod, and then the magicians of Egypt came and what? Dropped their rods on the ground and it turned into what?
Into snakes.
The serpent. And Moses dropped his rod on the ground and it turned into what?
A serpent.
And what happened? What did Moses' rod do?
It consumed that serpent.
Yes. Each situation, Lord is showing Pharaoh that the God of the Hebrews is better than the gods of the Egyptians. So now, guess what? Nile is turned red. So as Shai saying, they're worshiping that God. Why? Because water is essential for what?
Life.
For life. So now, guess what? The Nile red. So what is he trying to tell the Egyptians?
So like you said. It's like sir.
Go ahead.
It's like is he trying to tell the Egyptians basically that you need water for life, and you thinking you getting it from Happy or whoever, but really you get it from me.
Yes.
So if I decide that you're not gonna have no water and you're not gonna live, then you won't. Yes. Happy ain't got nothing to do with it.
Yes, because you read on, you're gonna see it happen in the Nile. But guess who had water to drink?
We
who
did.
Had water to drink. Who was reading?
Come on.
Read on. Who had water to drink? Read on.
Come. And Thus said, okay, this is book of Exodus chapter 7 and verse 18. And the fish that is in the river shall die, and the river shall stink, and the Egyptians shall loathe to drink the water of the river. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Say unto Aaron, take thy rod and stretch out thine hand upon the waters of Egypt, upon their streams, and upon the rivers, and upon their ponds, and upon their pools of water, that they may become blood, and that they may be blood throughout all the land of Egypt, both in vessels of wood and vessels of stone. And Moses and Aaron did so, as the Lord commanded. And he lifted up his rod and smote the waters that were in the rivers, in sight of Pharaoh, and in the sight of his servants, and all the waters that were in the rivers were turned to blood. Verse 21.
Right. I think you get the idea there, right? The first one was who? What was the God that the Most High was destroying?
When that's happy.
Happy. You understand? You want to write them things down. Had these things written down. Right. Remember, at the date it was written down to the 6th of the 10th, 2013. You understand? These are class Journal Katum did. You understand? You want to start writing these things down because you're going to have to teach on it one day. All right? And what's the second plague that took place? What's the second plague that took place? Go to Exodus 8. I think 8 and 1.
Come on. This is the book of Exodus chapter 8 verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, Go unto Pharaoh and say unto him, Thus said the Lord, Let my people go, that they may serve me. And if thou refuse to let them go, behold, I will smite all thy borders with frogs.
Rivets.
Answer.
Go ahead.
Come on. Book of Exodus chapter 8 and verse 3. And the rivers shall bring forth frogs abundantly, which shall go up and come into thine houses and into thy bedchambers and upon thy bed and into thy.
Just to add, right? And you see what it's saying here, right? Where it say Happy was the ancient Egyptian god of Nile River, associated with what? Fertility.
Come.
You understand? Easter is associated with what? Fertility. You understand? Right?
Come.
Now, what God is the Most High destroying here in Egypt?
It's like the other one. Also, Iraq said Haket.
Go ahead, Iraq. Go ahead, Iraq.
Yeah.
And Iraq, who is Hayathaq? What did Hayathaq look like?
Like Fred Sanford, like a frog face.
Yes. It's a frog head and a human body. Correct. You're correct. And the Lord is showing them that what? Since you love Hayathaq so much, I'm gonna give you millions of Hayathaq. It'll be all in your pot, all in your fridge, everywhere Hayathaq is going to be. Since you love him, he'll be all in your bed. You're going to take a doo-doo, a dump, it'll be all in your toilet. He'll be right there watching you. Ribbit. You understand? All right? Um, what's his name? Top one.
Come on.
Right, I'm up. Check the private chat again, so you put it up so they
Yes,
can
sir.
see it, right?
Slug, sir. There's a question in the room, sir.
Come on.
Salakia, is it okay if I ask an off-topic question?
No.
No?
No, you could ask.
Oh, come on. Salakia, what is gender to you?
Gender?
Come on. Like, what do you define as a male and a female?
Okay, let's more so ask the question, what does God define it as? Go to Genesis 1 and I think 23.
And then Salakia, I have a follow-up question after this one gets answered.
Mm-hmm. Like 1 and 23. And the Bible doesn't it's not written in what you will call today, how people what they would say, what pronouns, right? The pronouns in there would be what? He or what? She. Right? So this is Hakek, the picture of Hakek. Right? Is H-E-K-E-T. Show them how to spell it, tab one. Somebody get Genesis for me, right?
Come. I have it, sir.
Okay.
Genesis 1 and 26. I have it.
Okay. Tab one, get him the spelling. Come back out the picture and let's put it on the screen. Well, I can spell it for them. H-E-K-E-T. Right? Or H-E-Q-T. Right? And that's their frog god, god of fertility. Again, frog again, they what? Have a ton of what? Babies called what? Tadpoles. Right?
Cancer.
So frogs are linked to what? Fertility. So here is it again. These heathens are obsessed with fertility. Why do you think these heathens are obsessed with fertility? You want to make a big guess?
Like I say, for me.
Come on.
Is it because they was not as fertile as the children of Israel?
You understand? That's it. You know what I mean? These oppressors, boy, they try hard. It's barren. You know what I mean? You see these Hispanics, these blacks, these, you know what I mean? Like, we known, you know what I mean, for babies are. We known for it. To the point now, you have to set up clinics in our neighborhood. All right? Now, give me Genesis.
Come. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 26.
Mm-hmm.
And God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea and over the fowl of the air.
Right. So he said, let us create what?
Man.
Which is meant what? Let's create what? Man what? Mankind.
Mankind, sir.
Right? You know what? Image. Meaning what? Now they could do what? They could do what? What do the angels do?
They obey.
Yeah, so now we could create people to do what? Who could read where it says what? Don't eat a fish if it has only fins. Right? It needs to be what? Scale on what? Fins. So now you create people who could do what? Could read and comprehend. understand what the Lord wants them to do and do it. Right? Read on.
And this, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him, male and female.
He created what?
And so God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him. Male and female.
So you have what?
He them.
Male and what?
And female.
Right. What's the gender? Look up the meaning of gender.
Male and female.
Right? Yes. Look at the definition of gender. Well, good question. I mean, this white man, I forget his name, Mark Welch, or I forget his name, who did that documentary on What's a Woman. We didn't have to do a documentary. You just open the Bible. Just read the Bible. The Bible defines male and female. The Bible defines gender. All right? And tab on, look up and see how many genders they have out right now.
Okay.
Who get the definition on gender for me?
It's like you said.
Come on, hold on. I think Officer Shamadaba. Of course, you can put a hand too, man. Hold on. Get Shamadaba a hand too, man.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he's what academy guard. Come on, man. Let me see him on the camera. You're right. Yeah. Y'all talking
right.
Warrior.
Sluggy, sir. Just real quick, just here. Right now, I believe like the base amount they say is like 72 genders.
72 genders.
Con.
So now who playing this God? In the Bible, God said he created what?
2 genders.
No.
Male and female. Male and female.
Read what it said in verse 27.
Con. So God created man in his own image. The image of God created he him. Male and female created he them.
Yeah. So now this is our way to do. Like when you want reading, stick with the teacher. When you say he created what? You jump straight to what?
Male and
female.
Con.
So now we won. We're on the same page. All right. Come on, Shamadaba, you was gonna say something?
Con, I got the definition of gender.
Come on.
Gender refers to a social construct, roles, behaviors, expressions, and identities of individuals.
Right. So now, what does that say about gender?
Sluggy, sir.
According to what he's just read.
Sluggy, sir.
Come on.
That's implying that that gender is a social construct, almost a mental state of being, so to speak, as opposed to a biological fact.
Yes. So now you have a penis. You have to be a nutcase to be looking yourself in the mirror and saying, I'm a woman. But when you look down, there's a rod.
So, like, sir.
Come on.
So if I could just, the scripture you just brought out, right, is perfect, where it says, male and female made he them. See, the confusion with this word gender, if we look right here on the screen, medicinenet.com, where it says,
wait up. I don't think you're at it.
I'm
at it. Go ahead.
Con. The question is asked, the very question being asked, how many genders are there? It says, besides male and female, there are 72 other genders. Well, then that means that according to this, the Bible is lying.
Yeah.
Because it clearly said he made male and female. It didn't say he made 72 other genders.
Mm-hmm.
So how could there be 72 other genders if he only made male and female? So this whole the word play with genders and so on, it's like you said, Alwan, it's like, it's funny that to make it like a social thing, but ultimately it does seem to be to try to get away from the fact that, the Bible tells you that God made male and female.
Yes.
Period. So
yes. So now you going and redefine gender is you saying God didn't know what he was saying when Akashka read this. He doesn't know what he's doing. Because why? Because some men are what? Some men are born gay. Some women are born what? Gay. When those things are taught behaviors, you understand? You can't be born. Then why they don't give criminals an excuse for being born criminals?
Can.
Right?
Can.
Why it is you can't have a lawyer saying, but Your Honor, my what
client.
Yeah, my client was born a criminal. He's gonna be like, okay, we understand.
Can, sir.
So he did the crime. He's going to jail. He might even get a death penalty. You understand? Which means all this meaning towards is to push an agenda. That agenda is to do what? What's the agenda? What's the agenda of the oppressor? What do we say the oppressor is of the Bible?
Like the devil.
Which means what?
A deceiver.
So his job is to do what?
To deceive the children of Israel.
Yes. To deceive us into thinking there are over 72 genders. So if you wake up today and think you're a dog, you're a feline, or whatever, brother, that's a gender. We'll add that to you will add that to the list. Woof woof. You understand? Your teacher asks you a question. Woof. What are you trying to say? Woof woof. You know what I mean? Or you're purring in class because you're a cat. You understand?
So like I said, if I could,
come on.
Just one more thing with on this topic. Just to show it if I could. Salakia.
Kiaron, give me Deuteronomy 22:5.
This is the etymology, the word origin of the word gender. And it says
I'm scratching my head, top of one. What?
Salakia, sir?
What is it? I'm scratching my head out. What is it?
Oh, the etymology.
What is that? What do you mean by that?
Etymology means the origin of a word, or basically it's a breakdown of the history of the way a word is used.
Yes,
and the meaning of the word.
I'm playing around, but
I know you know Ottawa, Salakia, sir. I'm just for everyone else. I want to make sure I say it clearly so they know what I mean. It means word origin.
But I'm trying to show black people, Hispanics, and Native Indian out there that you ain't dealing with fools. You're dealing with educated men who sit down and study this Bible, make it their life.
No,
go ahead.
Sir. Yeah, just to show this is the gender as a noun. Circa 1300. Kind, sort, class, class of kind of person or thing sharing certain traits. Old French, gendry, kind, species, character, right? From the stem of Latin genus, race, stock, family, kind, rank, order, species. Also, male or female sex. That was what the word gender has always meant. From the beginning of its usage, it was also utilized to mean male or female sex. So to try to separate the two and say that one is a social construct and then one is biology is just it's a grammatical It's disingenuous. It's just not.
It's in
true.
other words, it's confusion.
It's confusion. It's confusion.
It's just simply confusion. It's just to appease people, you know what I mean, who want to create their own society. Who want to create their own, you know what I mean, their own culture inside of a society. So now you have the LGBTQ community. You understand? Which makes up, you know what I mean, the lesbian, the gays, the queer, and the transgender. You understand? That's that community. Then you have other communities. You understand? That they try to put in there also too.
So like,
all right, come on.
So we have a question in the room as well as some questions online as well.
Okay.
Okay.
But this is the last thing on the agenda. KR1.
KR1 cancel. This is Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy chapter 22 and verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
So it's clearly giving it's the what differentiating between what a man wear and what a woman wear. Which is trying to show you there's what certain genders wear certain things, right? So a woman, she will wear pants for a woman. A man will wear what? A pants for a man. You understand? They're clothes made specifically for either what gender.
Right.
You understand? But now, when you take out that whole gender, guess what? If you're a man, because you're in a society that what thinks like a woman, you're going to do what? Wear a dress. And now my pronoun is no longer what? He or him. It's now what? She, they, them.
Right.
You understand? Which is confusion. If you die and 100 years from now to dig you up, they ain't gonna be saying, well, she, him, or her, or what is they, them, or her died. They're gonna say this was a man.
Right.
You understand? 100 years from now. All right. So come on. Where's your question? We'll take a question in. Oh, finish it.
KR1 cancel. Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
Right. So it's clearly defining what? Gender between what? A man and a what? A woman.
Right.
All right. The Bible just has what? Two genders. Ain't nothing in between. You understand? Ain't nothing else other than what? Male or female. Right? Next question.
Salakia.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so would you agree that the Most High would abide by the primary definition of what gender is for today?
He would abide by the primary, meaning the definition you read?
Khan, the definition I read.
No, he wouldn't abide by that.
Salakia, is the Most High called a he in the Bible?
What? Get it for me? How you know he? How do you know he is a he?
Salakia, I'm not saying he is a he necessarily. I'm saying he could identify as like said he, like within.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. How you know we could identify him as a he?
So, Khan, you agree with the primary definition of gender usage, correct?
Okay, I'm talking about pertaining to the Bible. How do you know you could clearly tell that the Lord is a male?
Salakia, by his pronouns.
Well, he said what? I'm a man of war. Then you say what? Our Father who art in heaven. You understand? That's a man. Right? He's a male. Come on.
Come. But within the Bible, right, with what we read before, didn't it say that he created man and then woman? So did men and women exist before that?
Exists before when?
Before man and woman.
Okay, for them to exist, right? Before then you will have to read about their creation before. In Genesis 1 and 20, 1 and 26 and 27, you're reading about the creation of man and woman, male and female. That's why people get caught up in this mindset that Adam and Eve was what? What did they say Adam and Eve was?
The first two people.
First, come.
Right, the first two people. When they weren't the first two people, how we know they weren't the first two people? Because you read that he created what? Male and female, he created them. And the them is male and female. Right? The them is not another gender. The them is he created male and female.
Come on.
All right, come on.
Salakia. I'm just trying to. Can you elaborate upon how this answers my question?
How?
Can you elaborate upon how this answers my question?
It answers your question because you were asking about gender today, the definition today. And the definition today clearly say it's based on a social construct, which does not mean, it doesn't describe how the Bible based gender. The Bible based gender on what a biological male or female is. It based it on that. You're a man if you're born with a rod. You're a woman if you're born with a vagina.
So Salakia, so how can the Most High be a biological male before biological males existed?
How could he be a biological male?
Khan.
Because he created everything.
So by him creating everything, so you're saying that he was a biological male before biological males existed?
Yeah. He's a man.
Salakia, sir. I think the confusion might be like some, the when it says he created male and female, created he them. He's creating human beings, humans. You know what I'm saying? Like Adam and Eve are human beings.
Yeah,
they're not the only people on earth. We know that, but it's talking about the creation of human beings. The Most High is not a human in that sense. You know what I'm saying? Would that be accurate to say like that? I don't want he's a male, you know what I'm saying, but he's not a human. Of course he can create them, you know what I'm saying, in his image, but he's not a human. So it's a different thing. But he clearly said, like you said, Adwan, you brought out in Exodus 15:3, there's no question about it. He said, I am a man. Like there's nothing to talk about. He said, I am a man of war. He didn't say I am a they of war. He didn't say I am a woman of war, a goat of war. He said, I am a man of war. So the Most High is a male, a masculine entity. Salaki.
That's it. That's it. And don't get caught up with the definition that they try to give us today. The oppressor, what he is trying to do is he's trying to make sure he confuse you enough to the point where you don't serve a power. You serve him. You understand? And the Bible is trying to take our culture back. It's the oppressor culture. That's his culture. He could sit down and legislate for he, them, and they. That's not our culture.
Come on.
In our culture, a male is a male, a female is a female. Their genders. You understand? And I going by what the Lord say he is. The Lord say he is a man of war. When we say our prayers, we say what? Our Father. We don't say our mother. We say our Father who art in heaven. You understand? Christ referred to him as a what? What did Christ refer to the Most High as?
Father, sir.
As a father, right? And there's a part in the Bible also too that angered the Lord. What angered the Lord? You remember the part that part in the Old Testament when Moses went to him and said, "Who should I tell these people you are?"
Okay.
Who should I tell them you are? And what did the Lord say?
Say, I am, sir.
I am who I am. You understand? Does that mean he is what? No sex? No.
Yeah.
He was being sarcastic. He was angry for the fact that you have to ask me who the hell I am when I bring you out to Egypt. I created you. Right? All right. Anything else?
Okay, there's one question online, sir.
Uh-huh.
Sister Sienna says, Salaki, sir, if I may ask, are homemade fries to Wab to eat this week?
You could eat your homemade fries. That's from potato, right?
Come.
Just potato, and you want to fry some potato in some oil, you can. Just don't add what? Flour, that leavening.
No leavening.
No leavening.
No leavening agents. So, like I said, if I could.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I believe the sister's asking that question because it's been that a lot of fast food restaurants that serve French fries, for whatever reason, they use leavening in their fries.
I think pork pie is one of them. I forget who does that with the fries.
A lot of them do, sir. It's very common. There are a handful, I believe, like Wingstop. I don't think Wingstop uses no leavening in their fries.
I think McDonald's too don't use anything.
Con. So those would be tawab, but you want to make sure, look up those ingredients, find out, do your due diligence. But it is generally, it's a good idea to, as we talked about earlier, sir, when you make stuff at home, it's a lot easier for you to know what's in there. You know what I'm saying? Without you having to do as much extensive research. So, I just want to just point that out. I know a lot of people had that question about the French fries. So, like,
yes, that's it.
Make
sure you look at your ingredient. Anything you're sure about, pick your phone up, call the camp leader.
So we got one more question, sir.
Uh-huh.
Salakia. Salakia. I'm trying to find a way to put this question because it's going to be kind of a weird one, Salakia. But
take your time.
If somebody had the desire to do something, right, that's unlawful. Let's say Iraq had the desire to eat pork. Can he still be within the truth, like without eating pork, but still have the desire to do said thing?
Okay. What's a sin? Explain to me. What is sin? How would I know somebody committed a sin?
By their actions.
Very good. Meaning what? I would be a sinner if you see me with a what? A pork toe in my mouth, a pig toe in my mouth, a pork knuckles. You understand? Me having a desire, right? I shouldn't have it, but at the end of the day, it ain't what? It's not what?
It's not a sin.
I do it. I do it. No. Hold on. I think I forget the scripture. Give me 1 minute. All right? Because it's like somebody who fighting smoking cigarette or weed. They might have what? The desire to do it, but you better not put that cigarette to your mouth. You better not suck on that cigarette butt. You understand? I'm saying it like that so you know you're doing something real effeminate. You understand? You better not suck on that marijuana. You understand? You could have that desire, but you better not do it.
Okay.
Hold on.
Like I said.
Go ahead.
So like I said, I thought you wanted the I don't know if it was the one with Peter like you was going to, but the where you was talking about like talking about the unclean thing now. You haven't eaten anything unclean.
No, that's a good one too, to show that he did what? He had a thought about it, right? He had a dream, he had a vision about it, and he woke up out of that and say, "What? What? What did Peter say?"
So like I say, I haven't eaten anything unclean.
Yeah, I have not eaten anything unclean.
Oh, come on.
Yes. That's what you want to make sure you do not do. You want to make sure you do not do that. Right? Right? Now read read Matthew 12 and 36.
This is the book of Matthew chapter 12 and verse 36. But I say unto you, that every idle word that man shall speak, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment.
You understand? Every idle word. Not what? Not your thoughts, but your what? Them words. Talking about what? The Lord knows what? He knows my heart. I mean, I could eat pork. You see, if I just have to what? Bless it. Well, you're going to have an answer for that BS. Right? Read on. Read on.
But Matthew chapter 12, verse 37. For by thy words thou shalt be justified.
For by thy words thou shalt be what?
Shall be justified.
Yeah, by your words. Why? Because now you're not just doing what? You're not just saying it. You what? You teaching men. You're teaching women to go do it. You understand? When you start saying, you know what I mean, hate is not in the Bible. We can love whoever we want to love. Now, you're not just teaching yourself that. You're teaching what? Other brothers and sisters. You understand? Well, the Lord, He's going to judge you for that BS. Right? Any more?
Come on, sir. And by thy words thou shalt be condemned.
Right? Good. Yeah, and that's a good one, Kowal. That 1 Corinthians 9 and 27, which lets you know that this whole thing about sinning it's an action. You understand? And now you're talking about you teaching. Remember, Christ said, you will be the least in the kingdom of heaven if you what? You teach men not to keep the law. You understand? You'll be the least. Right? Any more questions? I think somebody had something here. Check and see if Juan had something. No, the Rash. This is the last one.
So like I said, I don't think he had a question. Yeah, no, I think he was posting a scripture to go along with when you were breaking down the gender thing.
Okay, that's right. Yes. All right. Okay, that is it.
Con.
Okay. What passing the class to? I'm gonna pass the class to. Come on.
The same verse as I'm reading, right? That mean like even false, like that go be false prophet, and even people like in the world itself go be that comment, right? that judgment coming. Like normal people in the world tell you like, hey, one life to live. Like you know, you're telling somebody don't smoke and thing. I got somebody like telling you, hey, one life to live and thing. I was showing you like, hey, look, I eat pork for my whole life and I strong like you. I strong my whole entire life. That commented them to an old prophet.
Yes. Like you okay, in our society, what you say means something. You understand? Like, remember, what did Christ say? How you know in our society what you say means something? What did Christ say? To let us know that.
So like you sir, let the yeah be yeah and your nay be nay.
Yes. Meaning your word. The word is what? Bond. You understand? That's how it is in our society. You say something, you say, hey, I'm gonna be by you later to, you know what I mean, to pick up from where we left off from. You know what I mean, I'll pass by later and we can, you know what I mean, finish off that deal we was making. Or I'm gonna give you these 2 sheeps for about, you know what I mean, 10 of your chickens. You understand? Like your word, like you making agreements with what? With words. Right? Esau want it on what? On paper. Right? But he doesn't even keep what he put on paper. He make a deal with you. But the deal is only good until what?
So that is till it doesn't benefit him.
Yes, once the deal will benefit him, Mark, you can sign 1,000 paper. He'll act like, what deal we made? I don't remember that. I mean, pay attention to what's taking place on the earth today and see Esau making deals. You'll see Esau breaking his own deals that he made. Because he don't go by our code of conduct. That's why the Lord is what? Charging you for what comes out your mouth. You understand? Your thoughts. You understand? You can think about whatever. You know what I mean? It might be good thoughts, but it ain't what? It ain't what? It ain't
action.
It ain't a sin.
Yes, kind of.
Right? You're gonna have to do it. Right? Okay. With that, I'm gonna pass the class over to Kayad when you had the announcement.
Slack Okay, come on, Custer. I was gonna say Shema the bar. He can do it, sir, if you want. It's up to you, sir.
He can do it.
Come on, Custer.
Okay, I'm gonna pass the class to Priest and Officer Shema the bar.
Security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K. Starting out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commandant General YAHANNA. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother and sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which a brother or sister will court each other. After this 6 months period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers 18 and 21 and Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 through 10 means 10th in the Hebrew, and it's pronounced ma'ashra, 10% of every penny and increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or the teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests. not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming Holy Convocation. Closing of the Feast of the Unleavened Bread.
Mm-hmm.
Closing the Feast on the Unleavened Bread. Sunday. Slack it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Remind Akim and Agwathium to check social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, so on for ISUPK events and materials. If a brother wants to become a trooper in the school, then he is to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, shirts, pants, headband, or scarf. And with that, Amadium. Menavizo Amadium. We're going to give one courtesy salute to the teacher. Menavizo Amadium. Shabbat. Amadium. Barak.
Yahaba Shimon Shabrakatham.
Yajid Matah. Sar. Turn her face to sisters. Sisters Amadium. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Amadium Shabbat, Amadium, Barak, Yahweh Shemal Atah Shai. And with that, class dismissed.